Right,
Welcome back for another episode of View from the Pen. I will say good evening for anyone watching, or morning when this episode comes out. So we are episode 28, which is obviously second of our second season, and it's an exciting one for me, definitely, because we've got our first men's first team league game on Saturday. So the football season is well and truly back, isn't it, Frank?
it is, mate. Cannot wait. The
Definitely.
waiting is over.
Yep. It's itching now. So yeah, it's not far away at all. Um, First of all, we'll talk about this week just gone. So the first team the first team men's had a game, the ladies had a game on Sunday, and also the reserves played on Saturday. So the reserves lost. However, with pre-season, we've said before that team is a completely new team put together, basically. So them guys, and obviously they've had a couple of their players go to the first team already. So that's it's good that we're showing that progression already. And then the first team on Saturday drew 2-2, didn't they? I wasn't there, so I'll let you talk a bit more about that, Frank.
Yeah, 3-2-2. First half wasn't great. Wasn't great. Yeah, we couldn't really get a grip on the game. They were a better team, I think, quite comfortably. Um, but second half completely changed. Yeah, I think obviously Covo, the managers, had a word with them at half time. We weren't doing what we had been doing really well.
Yeah,
We've been getting progressively better. Southend Manor was the first sign, ACD on the Wednesday. I know we lost that, but that was a massive improvement. You could see what we were trying to do. And then I think we kind of lost our way in the first half, and we were sort of like scratching our head. But yeah, second half they came out, got back to doing what they've been doing with the system and the style of play they're trying to play. And yeah, and then to be fair, it was 2-2. Ross getting both, but we could have won it. To be fair, I think
yeah,
we probably missed about three or four in that second half that we could have easily turned that game on its head. But no, 2-2 was probably a fair reflection of the whole game.
mm,
But yeah, second half a lot better than the first.
yeah, yeah. And just obviously, you touched on um, was it ACD we played the week before. The
Yeah, yeah.
Wednesdays. We didn't have an episode last week, so we'll touch on that very briefly. That game for me, it was a really weird game. We lost 2-1, but the first goal for them was a penalty that, if you look back on the VO, he did get his hand to it. So it's tough to take. Obviously, he goes into the player afterwards, but the first contact is with the ball that he's then touched. So it's hard to take, and obviously give the referee a decision to make by going into the player afterwards. But it's a little bit of a tough pill to swallow. And then the second goal was a little bit of marking that was missed in between two centre halves, but that's what pre-season is for. And then our goal back in this just before half time was a really nice finish by Ross again. So he's definitely finding his scoring form, and that game is really weird for me. That ACD game was just a really weird pitch. It was really small,
Yeah,
narrow, and obviously they knew exactly how to play on it.
yeah.
And I think we found ourselves a bit rushed at points because we're obviously trying to play this football that we've spoken about. And Ross come off
Hmm.
after the game and said to me, if we played at our place, it's a completely different game, which is completely true.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's you can still see we're trying to play the right way, and it is working. And we're getting the
Mm.
bad stuff out of the way in pre-season, which is good.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen, the last two games and even last season, we kind of start slow. We're
Mm.
quite slow starters and we're great finishers, if you know what I mean. Second half, it's quite often it's getting a bit of a pattern. We sort of go, first half, not great, second half really came into it. And the boys are all battlers, they do not stop fighting to the very end. I mean, I've got to be honest, coming out of that second half on Saturday, I really didn't think we was going to get anything out of it. I couldn't really see a way that we was going to sort of,
Yeah,
everyone looked a bit flat, if you know what I mean. I thought it was just going to be one of them days, but no, they really do dig in the boys, and they find something from somewhere, and they've done it all last season,
mm.
and they've done it in pre-season from what I've seen as well. But it would be nice if, like I say, sometimes when you're playing the better teams, you don't get a second chance, So we need to come out all guns blazing from the off because if you find yourself 2-0 down against a good team, it might not. It doesn't matter how much you fight, there might not be a way back. So we've got to switch on from the beginning. That's the only thing that I can see. But yeah, definitely positives. Midfield is so strong.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
back three are really adapting well together. They're getting better together, the back three.
yeah.
And then Ross getting goals, which is great.
Can't complain. Definitely.
No,
So obviously, it's moving all in the right direction, and obviously, we're carrying on talking about last week first, just before moving on to this week. So the ladies also had a game on Sunday. So I was there for that. It was a nice game to watch. I think the team, I believe I might be wrong, but the team that they played against, I think, just got promoted into Division Two, which is one below what we're in. And we led for most of the game. They scored a couple of late goals at the end. I think after we made a couple of changes and things like that, and we were actually missing two quite key players, I believe. So a result like that, where you dominate most of it in pre-season, you take the positives out of every game. But in pre-season, you look at that and you go, well, if we had a couple of players, and you might not make a couple of subs, or you might keep a couple of stronger players on and things like that. I could have easily play those games again, and you get 3 points. So it was nice. It was positive, definitely. And I think they've got a good few pre-season games left until their season starts. I think it starts mid-September, their season, something like that. So they've got a good few games before they get underway. But it's all looking positive for the first season of the ladies team as well. So on to this week. Now this is the exciting part. So obviously we've got our first league game in the Essex Suffolk Border League for the first team in our second season. We've got Alresford away, and we played them away first game of the season last year, which is kind of weird.
we did.
And we lost that day, but it didn't help because I think we was down to 10 men for about 80 minutes.
Really? Yeah, it was it.
Yeah. Well, it might not have been 80, it might have been 60, something like that, but certainly didn't help either way. But then we played them at our place, and it was, I think we bossed them, really. So, yeah, I'm looking forward and hoping to get a good result. Obviously, we've said in pre-season, and Covo mentioned at the owners' meeting the other night, Covo Senior, that we haven't really had our full team on the same pitch at once all pre-season. And I think hopefully we'll see that Saturday and it will really show. So yeah, it's just looking at the squad, it's coming along nicely.
Yeah, we've got some real strong players to come into the team. I mean, the team's strong already for the level we're playing at. And when you think we've still got one or two, maybe three, to still get in that side and compete for places, centre mid. I mean, I wouldn't want to be the managers trying to pick centre mids. We've got so many strong ones. We are particularly strong in that position, as Covo said. And the thing is, with Alresford, you can go on last season, but again, as Covo Senior said at the owners' meeting, we're trying to strengthen. Everyone's trying to strengthen. So no team. There's no point looking at last season and how we did and we don't know what they've got, what they're bringing this year. They don't know what we've got and what we're bringing this year. We haven't added too many, but I think everyone we've had has improved markedly since last season. So,
and the players that we have, the few that we have, we've really pushed the squad further.
100%.
Rather than just getting in numbers, we've got in players.
Definitely.
And we've got in players that make us better as a team and make us tick better. And the managers will get the most out of them. So I'm looking forward to Saturday. I won't be there myself. I've got cricket again, but I'll be watching on the VO. So it's hopefully it'll be a bit of a nicer watch than last time we played against them, because I remember we were 1-0. Did we go 1-0 up last year?
What, in the home game against them? I've gone completely blank about it. Oh, away, we won. Yeah, we won 1-0 up. Yeah,
we went 1-0 up. And then we
scored
penalty away. And I was like, oh no. And then they scored a second.
That game, Owen got injured, didn't he? Didn't Owen get injured in that game?
Again.
Yeah.
That boy.
Which was a nightmare.
Christ. I've known him years, mate. He gets injured all the time. He's a walking injury, bless him.
He's too committed.
He's 100%. Well, he's so tiny, it will just knock him over and he just breaks. But no, he's so that's this week. Hopefully next week we can report a first league game and 3 points on the board.
It'd be lovely.
Well, even if we get a point, it'll be we'd have more points on the board than we did in the first 6 games, wouldn't we, Frank? So
there's that, mate.
Anything's positive.
That's a good point.
No, it'll be nice to see how the pre-season has come together and how we're looking in our league. Obviously, we know we're playing better football, and we've got some nice results, or certainly some positives against teams in higher leagues or equivalent strong leagues. So obviously, ACD were in the Premier Division in another league. So we know that they're strong. I think they've gone through the leagues as well. So that was a good game. And for me, that showed the real level that we'll be playing at this year. And it's not going to be easy whatsoever, but I feel like we really held our own in that game, and that could have been slightly different. So yeah, Saturday I'm hoping for a win. Confident as always, you got to be. But I think we should have pretty much our full strength squad there. I know Ross isn't there, unfortunately. So
right.
So yeah, that may be someone else up front. But yeah, we've got
options now, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got plenty. Definitely plenty of options. So yeah, that's the men's first team. If you can get there Saturday, please do. We've got a coach going. We've got a few spaces left on the coach. That's leaving the club at 12. So if you want to come along to that, then obviously let us know on the socials or by email. We can get you added for that. It's preferably cash if you do come on the coach. However, we have got a card machine, but cash we can give straight to the driver for the coach, but rather than us drawing it out. But we can play around with it. That's fine. So that's Saturday. Hopefully, we'll be coming back on the coach with 3 points. Get the karaoke going. That would be lovely. And yeah, so the reserves have also got games Saturday. That's not a league game, no. They've got 2 more friendlies before their league starts. So their league starts on the 23rd, and their game on Saturday is at home. So if you can't make it to the away game for the first team, then pop down the club. It's a 2:00 kickoff. The reserves are playing against Pitsea Athletic reserves, I believe. So that'll be at the club if you can't make the away game. Obviously, all support was always good. And then you never know, 2 wins out of 2 maybe. That wouldn't be a bad first. But you can always go confident. But then the Sunday, the ladies teams also got another friendly. So action-packed weekend for the club again. I'm sure I'll be down there. I'll be down there both days at some point. So yeah, it'll be nice to hopefully come on next week and have a couple of wins, fingers crossed, or at least positive results.
Yeah, it will be, mate. Definitely. We just, like I say, it'd be lovely to get a nice away win to start off.
Yeah.
The boys need a bit of confidence. You know what I mean? They need to feel after last season, the start, where it kind of kicks the stuffing out of you, where you're sort of 18 points down before you even get your first, if you know what I mean. It kind of, you're fighting all year. But if we can start, and I, from what I see, I genuinely do believe, not that I'm an expert in the every other team in this division, but I genuinely do think our players are good enough to be, up in that top tier this year.
No reason we can't be battling.
Not
saying whatsoever we're the best, because we haven't seen a lot of teams. However, from what we've seen so far and how we knew the league was last year, we can certainly battle.
We're a year down the line.
And we're better than
last year. Yeah. We're a year down the line. The players know each other more because they've been playing with each other for a year. The team is settled. The system is settled. Every game this year, we've played that same formation. Every pre-season game so far, played the same formation, same style of play.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to Cobo Senior. They're working on it and training twice a week. They are on it. So we are in so much better a position this year than we were this time last year. And let's just hope that shows on the pitch, because that's where it counts.
Yeah, definitely. And so that's Saturday. That's this weekend. And obviously next week we'll have another episode. Hopefully we'll get one of the 3 managers on from the ladies, the reserves, or the men's first team. I'm going to try and get all 3 managers on for August if I can, just so then they can all give a little pre-season verdict on their own team and how they're moving forward and different from last year and things like that. So that'll be nice. Worst case scenario, I'll get a player on, try and get a new guest each week. So yeah, I think that sums up this week really. Just one before we go, thank you to all of our sponsors who continue sponsoring. Particularly this week episode is the Bramptonites, the away kit sponsor, and we will be playing that one on Saturday. So that is this week. We have got announced at the owners' meeting. We have got a karaoke night. So down at Monty's, one of our other main sponsors, on the 22nd, I believe, or 23rd of October, which is a Thursday that week. So I confirm that up, and that will also be in the monthly newsletter that we're now doing. So yeah, get yourself booked onto that. We're going to try and sell the whole place out. And it's a fundraiser, obviously, for one of our main sponsors, but also the club are getting a small amount of that as well. So it'll be good to get as many people down there as we can. And yeah, it should be a good night, Frank. Obviously, we all know.
When's the walk, Mike? When's the walk? The walk for St Luke's. Sorry, I put you on the spot, mate. I should have remembered.
I think it's. It's a weekend in October, and it's a Sunday.
I was that far.
It's a Sunday. I believe it would probably be either the 5th or the 12th. I imagine. Right. It's definitely the 5th, 12th, or the 19th. One of those. But if you have a look, it's for St Luke's. So me, Claire, and Dave done it last week. If you have a look on St Luke's website, it's called the St Luke's Loop. It's in Basildon, and yeah, it's all fundraising for St Luke's, and we'll get as many people down there as we can to do it.
Colours, hopefully.
What's that? Sorry,
wear your colours. Wear your club colours. Get yourself down.
Yeah. And everyone was telling me it wasn't competitive last year, but then I saw someone in front of me and I raced him up the hill to beat him, actually. So I come 4th, I think it was last year, or 5th or something like that. And Claire was like, "Oh, so out with top 10." I saw him and I thought, "No, I'll go ahead of them." So that was but no, it's all for good cause. Get yourself down there if you can, and we'll release some more stuff about that in the future. And yeah, just spread the word about East Thurrock.
Definitely.
Sounds good.
Come owners, just do it. Why not?
Why not? It's only a £5 a month.
£5 a month. What's the matter with you?
That's one less coffee. One less coffee a month. Yeah, put it through. 100%. It's all good, and we're growing as always. So it's all going in the right direction, as I keep saying on this episode or every episode. But it really does feel like that. We are we're stabilising a lot of things. We're learning things from last year, and hopefully we cover all bases, and we're expecting certain things. So yeah, it's all good.
I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. No, all good, mate. All good. Just can't wait for Saturday.
Just happy for the roller coaster to start.
Yeah, 3 o'clock Saturday. We know where we'll be.
Be there, be square. Great stuff.
Either be there or in front of VI.
100%. Yeah, sounds good. And as I say, if anyone wants to join on, then let us know. The coach will be leaving the club at 12. If not, we'll see you on the VO, and we're back at home next week. But we'll speak about that on next week's episode. So yeah, I think that wraps up another episode, Frank.
Lovely. Nice one, mate.
Top man. Bring on Saturday. Hopefully we'll be reporting 3 points next week.
Let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so.
Great stuff. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Good night, mate. Take care.